victory here in the BKFC. We'll see what happens from then. We're going to hear from a lot of our winners, and we're going to hear from Conor McGregor. But right now, let's hear from the president, the founder of BKFC, Mr. David Feldman.
Thanks. Thank you, Cyrus. Thank you, everybody. I mean, wow, what another great night of fights here, man. This one was probably, I think, the best night we've ever had here at the Hard Rock Casino on a Thursday night. We sold it out. People come out. They have work tomorrow. They have school tomorrow. They came out to watch BKFC and sell out the Hard Rock Casino for a record-breaking 10 straight sellouts. No combat sports promotion in the world has ever done that. It's amazing. So everybody give BKFC a hand. I mean, it's just, again, tremendous night. I love sitting next to this guy, man, Conor McGregor. It's unbelievable because he's so into it. He's so hype, and what a great partner. Thank you, my man. Thank you. Thank you to the team because you guys are amazing, the fans and the fighters. I mean, I keep saying this. I can't keep giving this guy knockout of the night. But how do I not? 13-second knockout. PERDOMO, the new face of BKFC. The bare-knuckle Mike Tyson. A new era in heavyweight combat sports is Leonardo Purdomo. You're a new era, brother. You're going to be a superstar with us, and you're going to change the world. Fight of the night, obviously, the main event. Tremendous, tremendous fight. Palamino versus Howard Davis. Both of them guys gave it all. It was an awesome, awesome night. I just wanted to also sell out crowd, as I said. I think it was 4,800 people here tonight, which was fantastic for a Thursday night. I'm also going to give another bonus to a guy who he showed a lot of heart. He came a long way. When he first started this thing, he was a musclehead. He didn't really, know how to really fight. He got tagged today. He got cut. He came back and knocked the dude out. Peter, my man. D2G, he's going to get a bonus tonight. My other guy is Justin IBARROLA. He showed that he really belongs now. He got tested. He got cracked. He got wobbled a little bit. He came back and knocked the guy out. Justin IBARROLA, you're getting a little bonus tonight as well. And then I think that's it. I also have about 3 or 4 more bonuses I'm going to give, but I'm not going to do that right now. I just want to say one more time that I'm very, very happy about the result we had tonight. Thursday night, we're entertaining a really big deal right now, and I think we're going to land at least one show a month on Thursday nights, and I think we showed tonight that it can really happen. But thank you to the fans, thank you to the fighters, and thanks, guys. Well, let me bring up the legend, the infamous, the notorious, my partner, the new face of bare knuckle, Conor McGregor.
Thank you so much, David. I appreciate you. Well done on another incredible evening here at the Hard Rock Hotel in Florida, the home of bare knuckle. This is as high a level as you'll get in bare knuckle. What you saw there this evening was unprecedented. We had our heavyweight sensation, El Zambo, representing Cuba, knock out a former WBA boxing heavyweight world champion in 13 seconds. Understand, some of these boxing organization fighters and some of these mixed martial artists think they're just going to rosy on and mosey on over here and it's going to be all sweet and it's their little retirement package. Think again. This is as real as it gets. This is the real game right here. Bare knuckle fighting championship. And nothing in the space of combat sport comes close. We have popped every other promotion like a lead balloon. Bare knuckle is on top. We're on the rise. We're going global. But make no mistake, Hollywood, Florida is our home. And it's always great to be here on Thursday night. You know the song, I've been going up on a Thursday. I got your girl in, even though it's Tuesday, but we'll do Thursday. We got a big setup coming up. We've got an after party. We'll play that. We'll for sure play that at the after party. But Thursday night fights, and what a night of fighting action. We deliver. Bare knuckle delivers. There's no chance of a boring fight in bare knuckle. Even a jab splits the skin. The tension is through the roof. It's as tense as it gets. And my respect my respect, my respect is so high for these combatants, win, lose or draw, to get in there and do this for our entertainment. We need to put it on the line for them and make sure that these are the superstars of the fighting generation. And that's it. We have our superstars here. Congrats. Congrats to our heavyweight superstar, Leonardo Purdomo. My God, 13 seconds. I have a 13-second KO also. So when I heard 13 seconds, I was like, yes, I know how good that feels. I know how good that feels. And boy, oh boy, impressive against a former WBA heavyweight world champion, which shows the caliber of what we are doing. He's an asset and a credit to the country of Cuba. And God bless him. And we wish him all the best. Heavyweights, watch out. And our heavyweight division is stacked in bare knuckle. We've got some incredible heavyweights in this division. And El Zambo is one of the most scariest men in it. So more power. And then our main event, Howard H.D. Davis against Lewis, the baboon Palamino. The baboon. The man is a baboon. The man is an absolute baboon. And HD is HD. Razor sharp. That was a true fight. And their names lived up to it. HD, sharp as attack, and the baboon, wild. And boy, oh boy, what age is Palamino? 42 years of age. That is spectacular. Our pound, 44 years of age, ladies and gentlemen. That is incredible. The fucking future is bright for us all. What a beacon of hope for us all. The man is in incredible shape. And he came in, not a bother to him. What's he now? That's an 8-time world champion in bare knuckle fighting championship. We're developing our Mount Rushmore here. We are at the foundation levels of our sport right here. And we're building our Mount Rushmore. And all these combatants on this card, the standout combatants on this card, have staked their claim to be on our Mount Rushmore. So I will urge our fighters in our roster, in the bare knuckle roster, stake your claim. Be the Hoist Gracies, the McGregors, the Anderson Silvas. Be that of bare knuckle fighting championship, because that's what's on the line here. And what an event. Thank you all so much for coming. Thursday night. I hope you're not up too early tomorrow for work Friday or school. We got some kids in the house tonight. We had amazing stars also. We had Shaquille O'Neal. We had Amanda Nunes, 2-time UFC world champion Amanda Nunes. We had a few great stars, Lil Pump. And, it's always great here in Hollywood, Florida. The action is jam-packed. The skill is top level. Don't think you're going to mosey on over here if you're in some other little promotion. If you're a boxer or if you're a mixed martial artist, this is bare-knuckle fighting. Fight your way out of clinch. Don't look for the ref. I tell you what, Louis, the baboon, respect. Because HD slipped and he had a chance to crack him. And it was respect for that. So we love to see that. What a fucking evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Conor,
thank you so much.
Let's take some questions. Can we take some questions? Thanks, man. It was an amazing evening. If you had a question, I'll come right over to you.
Conor, you keep saying that you're going to fight in bare knuckles. So when is it going to happen?
Yeah, like I said, I've got 2 fights on the contract. I'm in negotiations. Last week something happened to me. I went to the White House, and my country is in my, my heart bleeds for my country right now. So there's a lot of stuff going on back home. I'm happy with what I've done. There's something else for me that's in my gut right now. And that's kind of where I'm going. So we'll see. Greatness don't rush also. Greatness does not rush. There was an opportunity or a deal, we'll say, to fight in Alcatraz, only recent. There's an event going on in Alcatraz in, I believe, June. And they came to me, and it wasn't my worth. As a fighter, we've got to know our worth. I hold every pay-per-view record in the book. I hold every gate record in the book. And my comeback will be slated as the greatest comeback, or the biggest, most anticipated comeback of all time. So it has to be right. And right now, Ireland is in my thoughts, and that's where I'm at. It will happen, I'm sure. And it's always great to be here. And there you go.
We're off Roman Bare Knuckle News. Conor, thanks for coming out here in Miami. We know you love Miami. Question: if you were to be president of Ireland, would you contemplate of fighting and being president at the same time?
And now entering the octagon, the notorious president of Ireland, Conor McGregor. What fucking right I will. Of course, are you crazy? That's part of why I want to do it. To be announced as the president of Ireland having a fight. Imagine that. But for sure. Hell yes. Hell yes.
Back here.
Conor, how you doing? Paul Shoiga here.
Paul
Conor-
Shogan McCarthy, couldn't have thought to.
Tommy, good night. Tommy, Thursday 3 after tonight. It was tough. It was tough.
Out, Sinead. Tá bear knuckle go hídach. Go on moon. What's the moon as well?
Hey, Hill 16 front, Dublin only.
Dublin now, Hill 16.
Listen,
Dublin
the rest of the crowd here, they're a bit confused with the Gael guest, so we'll keep it to English.
For sure.
Conor, I have to ask you this question. I've talked to a lot of fighters here, and a lot of them, those established and new fighters mentioned, along with obviously the welcoming hand you had from David Feldman, but they all welcomed how you helped solidify where bare knuckle is today. We come from a country where community is very, very important. I was gifted one of these pendants that you know is very, very important from Russ there. And I feel Bare Knuckle is one of those organizations that's very much built on community. And when you came in the door, you helped solidify the community, obviously with Dave Feldman as well, who welcomed you with open arms. My question is, when you go into politics and you take the Oris up and coming, how will you use your career of boxing, of you being the businessman in the boxing world and the fight world to help alleviate the problems of the Irish people that we have right now at home and that the world needs to know about? And thankfully Donald Trump has listened, and hopefully the rest of the world will listen. How will you do that?
Listen, the politics is a very, very dirty game, and I'm discovering that, and I've discovered that. There is an issue with the EU Migration Pact that's essentially the ruination of Ireland. It will be the ruination of the indigenous people of Ireland. And I came out and was like, I'm going to dispute that. I'm going to fight and put that towards a referendum for the people. And all of a sudden now they're rushing it through. They're trying to rush it through. They're having a screaming match across the Dáil. And I don't want to get into politics here. We want to talk bare knuckle and what we're about. But to let the people know my plans, or to let my political adversaries, we'll call, my plans, they plan ahead then to stop it or to stifle it. So I have many, many moves that can alter and correct Ireland and its situation where the political elite have a grasp on the power and it is fully removed from the people. And that's it. I'm going to keep going. I'm here with the US administration. I have the backing of Trump, President Trump, and it's about following through, you know. So let's see. I stayed put in Washington at a lot of great meetings. And we're on we go. On we go for onwards for Ireland. And that's what I'll say.
Thank you for that, Conor. We appreciate you letting us know that. We're going to get back to the bare knuckle questions now with this guy here.
Conor, tonight was a big night for BKFC, as usual, here in Hollywood, Florida. You've mentioned that this is the home for BKFC. Do you think that we can get a 2-title card next time you guys are in town?
Sure, come on. Whatever Florida wants, Florida gets. And that's from the owner of Bare Knuckle. I want to go to the Hard Rock Stadium. We can go to the Hard Rock Stadium. We can go big. We went big in Philadelphia. This place is packed out start to finish, from the first card to the final fight. Our first fight of the night to the final fight of the night. And that's a testament to the intensity and the action. It's short rounds. They're right in front of each other. There's no laziness here. You're forced to sink or swim. You get your money's worth here with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. And the sky is the limit. We showed what we're capable of in the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. We're showing what we're capable of here again tonight. Superstars are on the rise. There's suitors all over this game. Every fucking corner I turned in that White House, from the Oval Office to the West Wing, bare knuckle, bare knuckle, bare knuckle. I gifted President Trump the bare knuckle world title. So bare knuckle is on top right now. Talk to me about any other exciting action that's going on in the fight business. You can't. There's none. Bare knuckles leading the way, and long may it continue. And I believe, and I know that it will. So there you go.
Conor, Sean with Only in Dade here. What do you think makes South Florida such an attractive destination for bare knuckle boxing?
Well, Florida has a rich history in bare knuckle fighting, as does many parts of the world. My own country, Ireland, has a rich history in bare knuckle fighting championship, and we'll talk about taking bare knuckle back to Ireland, which will be a beautiful spectacle. And but like I said, Florida, the Kimbo days, and all those guys that were fighting in the back gardens, and now we're risen up. So it has a rich history of bare knuckle, and that's it. You can see it by the caliber from top to bottom. There's no slouches on this. There's nothing reckless here. These are highly skilled combatants that are as tough as it gets. It's a tough man game. And the women as well. Women are incredible. I want the women on. Run out our women, because the women have. I saw Jessica Evilay. I saw Amanda Nunes. These ladies are looking for fights. Andrei Arlovsky also. Everyone wants a piece of this bare knuckle action, and I don't blame them. I'm the same. It's always a pleasure to be here. It's never a dull night. It's always a fantastic night. And it's a credit to the people of Florida to come out. And in the main event, Broward County against Dade County, that was spectacular. That's what you want to see. The matchmaking is stellar here, ladies and gentlemen. I hope we know this. I really give a shout out to the matchmaking because it is impeccable. So bravo to the matchmakers.
Mr. McGregor, Max Calandrillo from the Fighting Yo, congratulations on the tremendous event. Completely exceeded expectations. The expectations were high, and it still exceeded all of them. I just wanted to ask you, you're very passionate about BKFC, as mentioned previously. What ignites that passion for you, and what has made you so passionate about this league in particular?
It's pure. It's so pure. It's the purest form. When you're I tell you what, live events is where it's at. I came up under Lorenzo Fertitta and the Fertitta Empire with the UFC when we rose the UFC up into a $4.2 billion franchise, the largest sports sale of all time. Now the company's worth about $10 million. Now it might be a bit stagnant at the minute, but I came up under and Dana White, I came up under these men. They were my mentors, and what was always prevalent to those gentlemen was to get the audience into the arena, because once you get them into the arena, that's it, it's game over. And as you can see, everyone in that arena was on their feet. It's spectacular. The live action and the intensity of it is unmatched. And I come from all the games. I come from the boxing game. I come from the mixed martial arts games at the highest level. The highest level on both forms. Bare knuckle is leagues above both of them. And excitement and action-packed fighting, and that's it. It was an amazing event. And
we have time for one more for Connor.
Savage Combat Sports, Connor. I was just wondering, we got the king of violence, we got the king of the streets, and you being the king of combat sports, is there any interest in going in for the king of violence belt in the future?
Who's got the king of violence belt? Jeremy Stevens?
It would be Platinum Mike Perry. You already scared Jeremy Stevens out of here. He's got the gloves
thing with
on
the big soft gloves. I don't know what he's doing. It was what's it called? The dirty stuff. The dirty. Yeah, it's all right. He should come home. Mike should come home. You know what I'm saying? He still shows love to the game, and we'll always have love for Mike Perry for sure. And yeah, me and Mike would be a great fight for sure, 100%.
All right, Conor McGregor, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, David Feldman, bare knuckle team. Bravo! I salute. I'm proud to be a co-owner in this and a partner in this, and onwards to the top for bare knuckle. Let's go.
There he is, Conor McGregor. Thank you, Conor. Appreciate you coming. Always good to see him. Next up, I want to call Peter Peraza. An amazing night. Mr. David Feldman was talking about him earlier. Good. Peter Peraza can make his way up. If you have any questions, if you raise your hand, any questions over there, I'll come right up to you guys for questions for Peter Peraza. Let me go over here, excuse me. Myself up a little bit. Big night tonight, Peter. We're coming around. Going to get some questions for you here. Well, I'll ask you the first question as we're getting ready to field questions here. I mean, Dave made a comment earlier about you. He said you kind of came in as a musclehead. I mean, that's kind of a good compliment. You like to be, fit. But he said you learned how to fight, and he said tonight you really showed out. How does that feel to hear that from a guy like David Feldman? I mean, he's the creator of this promotion. That's got to be high regard to hear that.
Yeah, it's great. Honestly, I debuted 2021, and I came in as a wrestler, so it was a lot of just trying to chase people down and getting hit. So I evolved through the sport and just looking at people that were actually above me and just try to emulate them.
How are you, champ? Max Calandrillo with the Fighting Yo. I was at the press conference yesterday at the face-off, and we saw that he was insulting you and calling you soft. How much did that motivate you in this bout, and how much did it light a fire in you to put on that great performance you did today?
Honestly, I like that. I like to check the temperature. I like to see how he's feeling, I like to see his reaction, a little jumping back and forth to see what he's, see what he's going to do. So it's before we fight, it's war, but after we fight, it's all respect always. We're professionals.
Right over here.
All right, my name is Carter from Lab 111 Sports.
How you doing,
my question is, I've seen you fight like 3 times, and I've seen that you always have to fight through adversity. Like, what type of mind frame do you have to get yourself into when you're in the middle of the fight and you have to make adjustments?
Honestly, things I went through, things I went through in the street and stuff like that. That's why I thank the BKFC for giving me a platform where I can put all my energy and in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things that I went through in the street and stuff like that were more difficult than, not that this is not difficult, but it's a positive way to output all my energy. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we're back over here now. We're jumping all around for you.
Hey, it's Brian from FightingYo.com.
What's up, man?
Hey, you know, I seen you in the same circles as El Gallo. What came in? Why call him out now? Is there something going on behind the scenes we don't know about?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, in 2021, he called me out after I fought, after my debut, and I got hurt. So I was out for like a year and a half. And then he went on and did his thing. And when I came back, the time wasn't really, you know, he was climbing up, and the time wasn't really, I don't think it was the right time. But everybody who I talk to, everybody always asks me, why don't you fight Gallo? Why don't you fight Gallo? And we had gone to the same gym, and it was almost like, you know, me and him never really sparred. He was on one side, I was on the other side. And I believe that that's a big money fight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to see me fight Gallo. And at the end of the day, it's nothing personal, you know. I feel like he's a skilled fighter, but he's an exciting fighter, just like me. I'm not gonna go back, and he's not gonna go back, and we both have the whole city behind us. So why not? You know what I'm saying?
All right, we got time.
I don't like to pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? As you see, I'm really I'm dropping down to 55. I'm gonna drop down to 55. I'm fighting at 65. Welterweight's that's a little big. That's a little, you know, it's a little big for me. I'm gonna drop down to 55. If he wants to, I'll catch weight him at 55, at 50 if he wants to, you know.
All right, thank you for that. We got time for one more for Peter.
I'm Nasasha with Main Event. I'm so sorry I am hoarse, but I still have my question. So yesterday at the press conference, I asked you.
I remember.
Yeah, you remember?
Yeah.
I was asking, what is the difference between bare knuckle and other sports? And you were basically saying what you went through the night, like you face adversity and then you push through. When you saw that blood and it wasn't your opponent, what did you think and how did you adjust?
When I saw that, I looked in his eyes and I seen that he thought he was gonna finish me. So I knew I had to stand my ground. And then you'll have other dogs that when you stand the ground, like Palomino and HD did, they both went at it 1 through 5. Once I saw a little hiccup in him, that blood didn't mean nothing to me. I was like, oh, he's done. It don't matter if I'm bleeding or whatever, he's done. You know, once I hit him back, that I saw that he didn't like that blood, it was over with.
All right, there he is. Big night for him. Thank you, Peter. Thanks for coming up here. Peter Peraza, huge night. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for fighting for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
Thank you for having me, and thank the BKFC for giving me an output to put all this positive energy into. Thank you, David Feldman, and Conor McGregor, of course.
All right, from an amazing night of fights, we had a knockout of the night, El Zombo, Leonardo Purdomo. They call him the Cuban Mike Tyson. Dave was going crazy about what a star he's going to be and how he's going to hit these heights, and I can see it too. Very excited to have Leonardo Purdomo here after another huge knockout of the night. This guy's on fire. He's incredible. He's making his way up. If you have a question, just raise your hand. I'll come right over to you as we get ready to talk to Leonardo Purdomo. Setting the world on fire, man. All right, you're on a tear right now. It's been amazing to watch you fight. It seems like you just love performing in front of Miami. That's what I gathered tonight. You love performing in front of Miami, fighting in front of Miami. What does that feel like to walk out there? Because most of us don't know that feeling, to just in seconds lay somebody out. That's got to be a feeling of power. What does that feel like when you do that?
Ahora estás en una misión y has ganado 7 peleas y aquí en Miami todo el mundo está llegando a conocer. Y tienes un poder que es increíble. ¿Cómo se siente ir afuera a la pelea con ese ¿sabe? Que te dio Dios, esa habilidad, ese poder que te dio, esa fuerza? ¿Cómo se siente?
¿Cómo dice? Dios no me dio nada. O sea, yo... sorry. My English not good, you know. Voy a hablar en español. Lo siento, voy a hablar en español. Dios me dio la oportunidad de venir acá a este país, mostrarles a ustedes la diferencia que existe entre una persona que no es considerada como una amenaza, como un exponente, como un nada. Todo que me vio entrar cuando vi que sí me dio la oportunidad de estar dentro de la liga, dentro del ranking, poder debutar como profesional. Nadie me tuvo como un, ¿sabes? Alguien que podía hacer algo simplemente porque me menospreciaban por mi tamaño. ¿Ok? Y entonces en este momento yo lo único que tengo que decir es que yo me preparo, hago mis cosas y a mis oponentes los quiero matar. ¿Ok?
Yeah, God gave me a gift, and He also gave me the opportunity to come to His great country and to be able to share with you guys the special talent that God gave me. But to be honest with you, I feel like I have never been a threat, to any other human. It's just BKFC gave me the opportunity to display, a special talent that God gave me. And to be honest with you, I love fighting, and I just want to kill everybody in the ring.
Max Calandrolo with the Fighting Yo, congratulations on an absolutely exceptional performance today. You have the backing of polarizing figure Conor McGregor. How does it feel to have the backing of him as well as to be compared to a living legend in Mike Tyson?
Sí, tienes el respaldo de alguien, ¿sabes?, tan importante como Conor McGregor. ¿Y cómo se siente ser comparado con una leyenda como Mike Tyson?
En verdad está bien que lo tomen así como Mike Tyson cubano, the Cuban Mike Tyson, but I don't. Yo no soy. I'm not the Mike Tyson, right? I'm not Mike Tyson. I respect Mike Tyson. I love Mike Tyson. I love your style. I love your power. But I'm not Mike Tyson. I say El Sambo. Ben Roswell. Ben Roswell. You don't respect me. I need you gotta remember. You won't respect me. I'm coming for you. I wanna kill you. In your kitchen. In your house. Okay? I'm coming for you. You won't respect me. I'm coming for you.
Perdomo, pelear aquí en Miami es como pelear en casa. Tenías un montón de gente diciendo tu nombre en español. ¿Cómo se siente eso, que la gente esté aquí representándote a ti también?
Brother, ya que me hiciste la pregunta en español, te voy a responder en español. Y gracias, brother. Bueno. Se siente algo súper emocionante. Saber que tú vienes de nada, saber de donde nadie te conoce. Tú vienes de donde nadie te conoce. Todo el mundo menta nombres de personas que han podido salir por algún lado y yo no salí por ¿sabes? Esto es obra de Dios que me puso aquí en este lugar y me puso en el lugar más céntrico del mundo entero, que es Miami. Miami es una ciudad demasiado céntrica a nivel global. Y ahora mismo yo me he ganado el apoyo de todos mis paisanos. Mi gente de Cuba que está ahí detrás de todo esto. ¿Ok? Y yo tengo ganas de seguir mostrándoles a ustedes la historia esa del pequeñito que lo menosprecian porque este es pequeño. Pero tengo ganas de matar. ¿Entiendes? Cuando yo entro al ring, todo cambia. Es diferente.
Yeah, the question was, Perdomo, now you have the city of Miami and South Florida all behind you. How does it feel to have, that type of support? And his answer was, all his life, he was looked at, as somebody who was too small, right, for the sport. And all he did was just keep working hard, to be at the level that he's at right now. And this is only the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful road ahead of us. And I'm excited, and like always, I just want to kill everybody.
Thank you, Miami. Now, I got to say, thank you, BKFC. Thank you, Conor McGregor. Thank you, Serge. Thank you, brother. Thank you, David Feldman. Thank you, Andy Hunt. Okay? Thank you, BKFC. Thank you, Miami. Thank you, Black Cow Coffee. Oh, you supported me. Thank you.
And thank you, Leonardo Purdomo, for an amazing performance tonight. Wow. Thank you for wowing us all. Ladies and gentlemen, knockout of the night keeps on going. Leonardo Purdomo, what's he going to do next? Thank
Voy
you.
a hacer, ustedes
Congratulations.
saben, caballero. Vamos a seguir con esto. Y nada. De Cubita vengo y voy a seguir haciendo cosas, Cere. Y please, Mr. President, help my people. Please, help my people.
Leonardo Purdomo, another amazing fight. Can't wait to see what he's got to do next. What a personality. Next up, Dave Feldman spoke wonderfully about this next man, and he said he's got a bonus in his future. Joy Boy, Justin IBARROLA, what a fight. Step right up. If you have a question, I will come right to you. Just raise your hand. Give it up for the Joy Boy. What another amazing performance. We're getting used to this with you, man. It's incredible.
Congrats on the win, champ. You looked absolutely sensational. You know, your opponent came out guns blazing, trying to bring the pressure to you, and round one was relatively competitive. What adjustments did you make? Because you came out right away in round two and put him away very quickly, very efficiently. What adjustments did you make after the first round to make such an emphatic performance in round two?
You know, I figured out pretty quickly that, you know, it takes me a little bit to figure out my opponent. But where my strong suit is I'm one of the most patient fighters out there to figure it out. It's like a puzzle in there for me. So the first round, I'm never looking to take somebody out. You know, I was looking to this time around. Didn't go my way. He brought, you know, a lot more speed and pressure than I anticipated. So I noticed he started gassing out really quickly in the first round, so I used that to my advantage. Kind of just started baiting him in with the jab more in the second round. Throwing my jab out there to position him and make him turn in certain directions so that I can, you know, set up the right follow-up with the left. Thanks, bro.
So here with Sports with Soso, Justin, congratulations on becoming 7-0. Obviously, we know that you're next in line for the title. Badass jacket, by the way. What I noticed from you in this fight is that you landed two beautiful left hooks to put him down and put him away for the evening. We've seen you progressively get stronger in your fights. Do you feel like you're at a point where people have to respect your power and your boxing skills?
100%. I'm at the point in my career where I'm so confident enough that all I got to do is throw a punch, and if it lands, it's going to hurt. You're not going to like it. I'm going to test your will. And every punch has the same amount of intent. You know, it doesn't die out. They don't get weaker. You know, that's how I train. I train, you know, past my peak in order to sustain that energy throughout the entire fight.
Justin, Rudy from Combat Corner. Last fight you came in with the Christmas list and all that stuff. You didn't have any of that stuff this time. It seemed like it was a lot about business. Is that how you came into this fight? And also, obviously, Alberto Blas is next for you. Are you looking to take on that title shot in July, even though, I mean, you said you're already the champion?
So, yeah, I mean, whatever Feldman and the company, you know, has in stores for me. Listen, like I said, my biggest advantage in the sport is my patience. You know, I'm just racking up the experience. I'm not over here, you know, talking shit, calling no one out, you know, talking, you know, I talk my shit a little bit. But not too much, you know. I'm not over here. I respect every fighter on the roster. When I talk my shit, it's not to, you know, take anything away from you. But I'm just in no rush, man. If I get the title, listen, I'm going to fight less. I'm going to make less money. I'm here to make a living. I'm here to be a superstar. I'm here to get paid just as much as Conor McGregor. I'm here to be the face of BKFC. And to do that is to fight more, build that record, get the fans to know me. Nobody knows who the fuck I am yet. I'm not going to act like nobody knows who I am. You know, I'm not a superstar yet in my book. So I'm just racking it up. I'm not worried about the title. I'm worried about the big fights.
Congratulations, Joy Boy. Ron from Savage Combat Sports Media. If you remember our interview yesterday, you made your first fight prediction ever, and it was a first-round knockout. Did that have anything to do with your first-round aggression, burning out his gas tank the way you did?
Yeah, so the first thing my coach said was, don't look for the knockout, don't rush the knockout, and that's just exactly what I did. You know, I paid for it with 2 cuts on my face, got some stitches now. But I mean, I made him I made him work for it. People look at me like I'm some soft motherfucker in this ring. Look, I look fucking pretty, but I ain't pretty deep in the fucking soul. Listen, I'm a fucking dog. People who train with me, they know who the fuck I am. I got the biggest will in the gym. You can't break me. I will take a shot. You can knock me down. You can drop me. I'm always going to get back up. No matter how much it hurts me, I'm always going to get back up, and I'm never going to say no. I'm never going to take a knee, look at the fucking ref, and be like, I'm not getting up. I'm getting up. You're going to have to fucking take me out cold. Everybody knows how fucking tough I am, man.
Yeah, we do, man. That's it. The Joy Boy, Justin IBARROLA. Give it up for him. An amazing fight yet again. You say that you don't think people know you. They're beginning to know you, and I think you're becoming a huge superstar. Thank you for joining us. The Joy Boy, Justin IBARROLA. Another big performance tonight. The next one we want to bring up, speaking of performances, David Feldman earlier said he was part of the fight of the night in the main event, and I couldn't agree more. An amazing fight. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Howard H.D. Davis.
HD, Rudy from Combat Corner. Obviously didn't go the way you wanted it to go, but talk about this, experience tonight, 954-305, the crowd you had tonight, and the fight you guys put on, because you guys put on an absolute war.
First off, thank you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I'm thankful for my health, my opponent's health, everybody on the fight card. It was a great fight card. I'm happy for the experience, and I'm not in control of this journey. This is God's plan. I'm happy with whatever result, even if I feel like I won, I feel like I did enough, but I'm here, I'm alive, I'm still fighting, I'm still breathing. That's who HD is.
Soso here with Sports with Soso. Brother, in your last 5 fights, you have 3 super impressive victories, and the only 2 losses that you have are to the current champ and the former champ who's defended the belt 8 times. Now, no losses are a good loss, but do you look back and see after this performance why people must come through you if they want to find a champion, because you're in that top 3 no matter what weight division you're in?
To be honest, I just want to get over the hurdle. This is my second time fighting for a belt. It didn't go as I planned. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. I'm not a gatekeeper by no means. I'm here to fight the best whenever they want me to fight them. I will have a belt one day real soon. This wasn't my time this time, but it's coming.
HD Ron with Savage Combat Sports Media. First of all, we just want to thank you for the show you put on tonight. You're always a true gladiator and Broward County's finest. I want to ask you about the weight classes. Any plans on staying in this weight class or dropping back down?
I'll always fight at 155 and 145. And all the people, hold up, I got to address this. I know y'all going to say something about my tooth. My mouthpiece fell out. It almost fell out the ring. I stopped and turned, and I looked at the ref, and he punched me. You can go back on replay and see that. But he stopped. Respect to Palamino for not continuing, but it's my responsibility to be defensive at all times, and I was just trying to get my mouthpiece, and I looked away and came back into a punch, and it hit my tooth. So that's why my tooth came out, because I had no mouthpiece in my mouth. But I didn't let it bother me. I went to the corner, spit that motherfucker out, and I went right back to work, because that's me.
Max Calandrillo, the Fighting Yo champ. You gave us a tremendous fight. Your stock still went up even in defeat. You looked absolutely sensational. You had all the fans on your side, and you gave us the fight of the night. You mentioned faith previously. How important has faith been through these trials and tribulations? How important will this faith be for you through this new trial for you?
Faith is everything. It's why I'm here right now. I truly have went through everything you can think of in some worse ways. I didn't let it break me. Every loss strengthened me. This loss will strengthen me. I will come back better. God has his hands on me in victory and in defeat. This is just a hurdle I got to get over. I'm down because I dedicated this fight to a friend that just passed away February 1st. So, it meant a lot to me. And I feel like I let them down, I let my city down. And I'm tired of letting people down, so this is horrible.
HD Davis, I have to say, I don't think you let anybody down. We love that fight tonight. I think the fans enjoyed it. You got fight of the night. You're up there being talked to, and you're a rising star in BKFC. We love watching you fight. Yeah. Everybody give it up for HD. HD Davis. I mean, this guy deserves it. Thank you, HD. And next up, the guy, he's always setting bare knuckle fighting championship on fire. Big win tonight, fight of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, bring him up and give it up for Luis, the baboon, Palamino. Here he comes. I know you can't see it now, but off camera, HD and Luis just exchanged a hug, and they said love to fight him again. HD said to Luis, and now Luis is making his way up to the front to take some questions. So as always, raise your hand and I'll come right over to you. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is again, Luis Baboon Palamino, one of the greatest bare knuckle fighters of all time. You got a question for Mr. Palamino? I'll come right over to you.
Luis, Rudy from Combat Corner. I'm 47 years old, man. I don't understand how the hell you can do this at 44. And you've been off for the last 12 months. What was that 12-month break like? Because you haven't fought since, what, February of last year? What did you go through over the last year to get ready for this? But my goodness, man, help me out.
Look, man, to begin with, my mom always told me, you are what you eat and you become who you hang around with. You know what I mean? And I'm a health freak. My wife is from Japan. She's a health freak. So we are serious about health, you know. And the whole year layoff thing, you know, it wasn't my choice. But all I can do, you know, I put things in God's hands. And if it's out of my control, it's in his hands. If it's in my control, I go to work. What's in my control is to get better. If I don't have a fight, then I have time to get improved because I'm not done. I feel great at this age because I've taken care of myself. And to begin with, I started fighting at the age of 26. I went straight to pro, weighing 165 pounds, fighting in MMA without amateur fights at 170 pounds. Didn't even know that people were cutting weight from 200. Yeah, I just had power and I would lay them out, you know, and so on, right? But everything is just about discipline, brother. I can't tell you nothing else other than that. It's discipline. My discipline and the knowledge that I've gained over the years got me here.
Luis, congratulations on another belt. You've dominated here. This is your backyard. You finally got a fight after the long year layoff. Do people in your division have to be worried because they just saw an amazing 44-year-old man go out there and beat one of the top contenders in BKFC right now?
Yeah, I mean, look, I came here to make a statement. You know, and all respects to Howard, the dude came to play, bro. I'll be very honest with you. You know, he's younger, of course, right? And you know, the speed and the length and you know, he was in the wreck. The dude, man, look, to do 8-2 in bare knuckle, especially in BKFC, forget bare knuckle. There's a lot of organizations popping up everywhere, but this is the UFC of bare knuckle. You know, this is the top, right? To get to 8-2 here, and think about his only 2 losses: Jimmy Rivera from UFC. And Kai, champion. You know what I mean? The dude came to put in work, and I don't want to say he surprised me because I expected that from him, but what surprised me was his heart. I thought he would break earlier, you know? And the dude came, put in work. So I said, you know what, let me make the statement that daddy's back home. You know? In Spanish, you say, el papá de los pollitos. You know what I'm saying? Daddy's home. The only 8-time world champion in this platform is back. All right, so anybody at 155 that wants something, got to come through me.
You keep proving that you're the Peruvian warrior, and this is your jungle. So what's next for you, and what do you hope to accomplish in the next year?
I have a hit list.
Let me hear it.
I have a hit list.
Let me hear it.
So I got tired of calling everybody out. I called everybody and their mama out. Mike Perry keeps coming in here, demanding this absurd amounts of money and talking about calling all these people out that are not even an organization. So I've been calling him out for 2 years, and I'm 3 weight classes under him for a super fight, right? And the dude answer after one of his fights talk about, oh, you know, for me to fight, when they asked him about me, you know, for me to fight, you know, somebody, they have to have a certain amount of followers on social media. I'm like, I thought nobody wanted to fight you, you know? But okay, whatever. We'll skip that one. Chad Mendes came in here a whole year ducking me. Eddie Alvarez came in here asking for an absurd amount of money too. Didn't happen. So I'm here asking for these fights. Didn't happen. Then Jeremy Stevens comes, beats Eddie Alvarez. Talk about, I'm the king of the barbarians, and I'm the baddest mofo here, and I don't know what. And I'm like, bruh, I'm your weight class. What's good? I call him out. The guy blocked me on social media, man. Like, bruh. I can't make this shit up. Look, everybody that I've been calling out, like Mike Perry's, Chad Mendes, Eddie Alvarez, I can understand, you have a certain amount of following, you have like 1 million followers on Instagram. I can understand. You don't want to lose to the guy that doesn't have that following. I understand. Jeremy Steven, your brother, look, I ain't going to lie to you. I was a fan of him because he did a lot of work over there in the UFC, a lot of KO bonuses, a lot of finish bonuses. I like watching him. I sparred with him back in the days before he went to UFC, But if you're going to say something like you're the king of the barbarians and you're the badass, and then somebody in your weight class it's not just somebody, it's the best fighter in your weight class. So it's like, if you are trying to talk about being the best, you need to be the best. You don't just go and block the best and try to ask for money fights and talk about you got to get paid. No, I'm tired of all these guys trying to come over here from the UFC or from wherever they come from, demanding all this absurd amount of money, when I'm the only 8-time world champion in this platform, counted 9. I'm the only champion that's defended his title 6 times. I need a multi-fight deal. That's what I'm here for right now.
All right, we have time for one more, Luis.
Hello, Baboon. Ron from Savage Combat Sports Media. Yesterday during the weigh-ins, I was talking to Brian Duran, and he was real interested in that King of the Streets belt, and he said there's a target on the back of the winner. Do you have a message for him?
You asked the wrong question, brother, because now the kid is going to cry tonight. And he ain't that much of a kid because he calls me old man, old this, papa, grandpa, and all this, right? All right, so this will happen. Brian Duran shows up in my old gym where I used to train, the Young Tigers Foundation. He was fighting 155. Coach Tigre tells him, you're going to spar with Baboon. He says, welcoming sparring. I swear to you, I did not swing at him hard. I worked a little clinch with him. It was 3 rounds. Round 2, the dude starts screaming, my back and my neck, my back and my... Bro, he made me feel so bad. I paid for his physical therapy, and he never showed up. He never showed up. So then he realizes that he cannot hang at 155 while I'm reigning here. He drops to 145, won a couple of fights. He gets a title shot hand gifted to him. He loses. He doesn't cut it. He loses. And now you want to come over here and try to jump in my clout? In my moment that I've been waiting for a whole year? You want to do this rapping thing? Talk about you're a gangster. He's talking about, the streets don't support him and this. I'm like, bro, you're supposed to grow out of the streets. I grew up here in Dade County in the time when the streets was the streets. Right now, ain't none of that happening right now. Now you people come over here have fun. When I grew up here, people were getting shot and stabbed, man. The Syndicans, Disciples, like, so many every tooth mark in every knuckle that I have, every single tooth mark was before I started fighting MMA. I ran in the streets and I never joined a gang because I thought it was cowardice. That's why I fought so much. I fought and I defended people. And from there, I grew. You're supposed to grow out of the streets. Not like, the streets. Bro, talk about, like, he's trying to act like he's a gangster. And he don't even know what a gangster is. I grew up in that time. I'm not a gangster. I'm a professional athlete. I'm a world champion. That's what I'm here for.
Thank you, Luis. Luis Palamino, fight of the night. One of the greatest to ever do it. Now, another title added to your name, King of the Streets. Congratulations. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, don't stop. Get up for Luis Baboon Palamino. Thanks for joining us, Luis.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Luis Baboon Palamino, again, one of the greatest to ever do it as he makes his way down. Thank you very much for joining us here in Florida. We're going to be back. Keep up to date on everything at BKFC.com. Looking forward to seeing you next time here at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.